Alright. So, we are back with lesson 10. Gonna change the screen. There we are. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Alright, level 10. So this is the same day. If you see this, okay. Moving on. Talking too much. Right? In this lesson, we're going to have a look at the expressions 있어요 and 없어요. 있어요, I have 없어요. Have, don't have, 없어요, does not exist. 있어요 comes from 있다. 있지 comes from 있다. It basically expresses that something exists. If you're talking about someone or something existing in a specific place, it means to be. I am here. It's over there. I am at home now. If you're talking about something or someone, in some cases, in your possession, it means to have. I have a sister. I have 11 dogs. Do you have a private airplane? 있지. And 없어요 is the opposite. It comes from the verb 없다. 있다, 없다. Even though there is a way to say the same thing using 있어요, 안 있어요. Using 있어요 and making into a negative sentence, since this is independent verb in Korean, 없어요. For expression non-existence, what? It's more convenient to use 없어요 rather than saying 있지. I have or have 아니야요. 있지 않아요, or 안 있어요. We'll learn these later, later. So in conclusion, 있어요, 없어요, flip, flop, reverse. Let's go. Yeah. So 있어요, 없어요. I know that. Easy. Let's look at some examples. 있어요. In our examples, let's use the following words: 물, 불, 물, water. 친구, friend, 친구. 시간, time, 시간. 시간. You simply add 있어요 at the end. 물 있어요. There is water. There is water. This is water. 물 있어요. 여기 있어요. 여기 There is water. This is water. 물 있어요. 이거는 물이에요. 이거는 물이에요. 물 있어요? 있어요? 친구 있어요? Do you have friends? No, I don't. Do you have 친구 있어요? 아니요. 저는 친구 없어요. That's why I'm learning Korean all by myself. All by myself. Anyway, 시간 있어요? There is time. 시간 있어요? 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 저기요, 시간 있어요? 시간 있어요? 시간 있어요? 시간 있어요? 시간 있어요? 시간 있어요? 저기요, 시간 있어요? Okay. And just for replacing 있어요 with 없어요, you get sentences like opposite meanings. 시간 없어요. There is no time. I don't have time. 친구 없어요. 친구 없어요. Sad. Sadness. Alright. Review time! Do you remember the usages? Okay, this one's gonna be... I don't have time for 2 lessons right now. So, for... Okay, for this one session, we're gonna do level 10. If we can, we're gonna do level 11. But otherwise, I don't know. Anyway, do you remember the uses of and 는, the topic marking particles, in 이 and ka, the subject? Yeah. And 는 mark the topic of the sentence. And at the same time, emphasize the contrast between the topic of the sentence and other things. So if you say 시간 없어요, that means I don't have time. And if you want to say I have other things, but time is not what I have, you can say simply by adding 는 at the end of 시간, so then I can emphasize that I am talking about 시간, time. But in this case, 시간 ends with a last consonant, so so you can 시간은 없어요. 시간은 없어요. Or someone asks to use, what is it that you don't have? What are you saying that you don't have? Time. Time is what I don't have. 시간이 없어요. This is confusing, bro. What the heck? I don't understand. Topic versus subject. This is kind of weird. How does this work? You can say that simply by adding in. And if you want to say I have other things but not time. So in is for other things, like but this, but I'm talking about this. Time. Okay, that's weird. 있어요 and 없어요 can be used to form a interesting and frequently used expressions in Korean. 재미, fun. I know this one. 재미 있어요 means fun exists. So, 재밌어요. 재미있어요. 재밌어요. 재밌어요. 재미있어요. So it blends together. 재밌어요. You simply add what? 재밌어요. 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 와. Notice how 2 words that you really don't because TTMIK. TTMIK 재밌어요. 재밌어요. Alright, level 11. Okay. Now we're gonna listen to the audio. And if I have time, we'll move on to level 11. Otherwise, I unfortunately will have to stop the stream. I would just leave the stream on and then obviously pick up later. I could do that, but do I want to? I mean, maybe, but it will literally be like 10 minutes at least of just nothing, so I don't know. We'll see. Alright, 11 minutes, let's go.
Thank you for studying with Talk to Me in Korean. For more...
안녕하세요.
Hello everyone.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Hello everyone.
안녕하세요.
한우선 here.
안녕하세요. This is 경은.
And you're listening to
Talk to me in Korean.
Today, before we begin
안녕하세요.
our lesson,
Yeah.
we have two special guests to introduce.
What?
I'm really
Guests?
happy.
I'm happy too because I don't have to share this studio only with you.
All
And I
right.
have
All right.
these-
Me too. I'm really happy.
Really nice people who will be nice to me,
Right.
unlike you are
That's
here.
savage.
So, 정은,
네.
who do we have here?
We have really beautiful girl here and handsome guy here.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. What's the name of that beautiful girl? What's she called?
Soyeon and
Soya.
you can call Sonny.
Sunny.
Sonny.
Okay. Soyeon or Sunny?
And we have
James.
James.
If you
Junseok.
remember. Yeah, Junseok.
Yeah.
Junseok is his Korean name. If you remember from the previous episode of TalkToMeInKorean.com, we had a interview with James.
네.
No, no.
So Soyeon and James are here. Hi Soyeon.
안녕하세요.
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 Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I know a lot of people, a lot of our listeners have been waiting for your appearance on the show.
Oh, really?
Did you know that?
Oh, I guess.
I saw the comments. People were waiting, you know?
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you for coming today.
Yeah, thank you.
And we also have James again.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
제임스입니다.
Hi, James. Welcome to
Hi.
the show.
Thanks.
So, James, can you introduce what we're going to learn in this lesson?
Sure. In this lesson, we're going to have a look at the expressions 있어요 and 없어요.
And what do they mean?
있어요, it means have, and 없어요, it means doesn't have or don't have.
Okay, great.
But 있어요 and 없어요 has the meaning of exists and doesn't exist.
Okay, so in English you would have to use these two types of expressions, but in Korean you can just use 있어요 and 없어요 for everything, so it's very convenient. So, Hyun, what is the first expression again?
있어요.
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 And it comes from the verb 있다.
있다.
So it basically means to have, to be. In Korean, 있다 means both to be and to have.
It's a
So James, how would you tell if
It's a-
있어요 means to have or to exist?
I think you can determine what it means by what we are talking about.
Exactly. Just looking at the context, you can see it very clearly. And at the same time, sometimes it means both.
Right, you're exactly
For
right.
example, if I have this sentence saying, I have a sister, it can also be replaced by the sentence, there's a sister in my
Right.
family.
Exactly.
There's a sister in my family. It sounds a little bit weird, but it kind of makes sense. But in Korean, it is the same sentence that you say.
Exactly.
Sister, a younger sister, for example, is 여동생 for your reference. 여동생, and I say this expression, 있어요. 여동생 있어요. I mean, I have a sister. There's a younger sister in my family. So
여동생?
it can mean both.
네, 맞아요.
Exactly. So 있어요 means to have or to be, and in English, if you want to say to not have, to not exist, don't have, don't exist, you have to add this don't or not, these words. But in Korean, you can say 있어요 in a negative sentence, but we have a separate word for to not exist, to not have. What is it, Soyeon?
없어요.
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 And it
없어요.
comes from the verb
없다.
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 So if you look up your
없다.
Korean dictionary, 없다 is the
I need
word you
dictionary.
will find,
I need
and
dictionary.
you use the form 없어요 in normal, polite Korean sentences.
저한테만.
없어요.
없어요.
So Soyeon, what do you not have? 뭐가 없어요?
남자친구 없어요.
Well, that was a very good but real example sentence that James made you say.
Yeah.
And what does that mean?
It means I don't have a boyfriend,
Okay, I'm
which is very
sorry.
sad.
Well, sometimes having a boyfriend can be a headache. So,
Sure.
so 있어요 and 없어요 are quite simple, right? 있어요, 없어요.
Yeah.
Let's say them a few times more slowly. 있어요,
있어요.
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 And the opposite is
없어요.
없어요,
없어요.
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 So why don't we look at some
없어요.
examples?
없어요. 없어요.
잠깐만 형, we have to explain to the listeners beforehand that you have to put what you have or what you don't have in front of 있어요 or 없어요.
You know what? I was kind of waiting for you to say that. So James, please introduce some examples then.
Okay, so 경은 누나,
네.
in Korean, how do you say water?
It's 물.
물. So how would I say there is water in Korean?
물
You can say
있어요.
물 있어요. 물
물 있어요.
물
있어요.
있어요.
물 있어요.
물 있어요.
Wow, James, you can speak Korean very well. You are better than Hyunwoo, I think.
So this sentence 물 있어요. This also means water exists, or I have water, or they have water. In Korean, you can just simply drop off the noun and say 물 있어요 rather than saying I have water. So let's quickly look at some other examples. 경은 누나, how do you say friend in Korean?
친구, 친구, 친구.
Yeah, 친구.
Okay. And how would I say I have friends?
친구 있어요.
친구 있어요.
친구 있어요. That also means I have a friend or there are friends. And what about time?
시간.
시간. And how would I say I have time?
시간 있어요.
시간 있어요.
시간 있어요.
시간
시간
있어요.
있어요. That also
시간
means
있어요.
there is time and they have time, right?
Yeah, right.
Great.
Okay, great examples, James and Kyungwon. Now, Soyeon and I are going to take it from here.
That sounded like
we
a
said
script.
물 있어요, 친구 있어요, 시간 있어요, right? So the three examples were 물 있어요,
There is water.
친구 있어요,
I have friends.
시간 있어요.
I have time.
And now there's a quick tip for making these sentences into questions. It's quite easy. That's
있어요?
one of the beauties of the Korean language. It's quite easy
Just
to
like
make
English.
questions.
You
And
just
I
raise
had
the
a headache whenever I wanted
syllables.
to make a question in English when I was learning it for the first time. So in Korean, if you want to make 물 있어요 into a question form, Soyeon, what do you do?
You just say 물 있어요?
Right. So you just raise the tone at the end of the sentence and it becomes a question. So 물 있어요 is a statement, and Soyeon, what is the question again?
물 있어요? It's a question form.
Exactly. So 물 있어요? 물 있어요.
Yeah, right.
소연,
네?
친구 있어요?
네, 친구 있어요.
진짜?
네.
친구 있어요?
네, 있어요.
You really have friends?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Dang.
시간 있어요?
네, 시간 있어요.
시간 있어요?
네, 시간 있어요.
Okay, I'm glad you have a lot of time.
오빠 시간 있어요?
No, I don't have any time. 시간 없어요 for you.
네.
Okay, now that I just mentioned 없어요 in my sentence, let's look at some more examples for 없어요. So James, what was the word for time in Korean again?
시간.
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 Do you have time? 시간 있어요?
시간 없어요.
Too bad. I was
Yes,
going to
I'm-
invite you to a very exciting party. 시간 없어요?
In that case, 시간이 있어요.
Wow, you just cancelled everything else?
Exactly.
Okay, I'm glad that you have 시간 있어요. Okay, then let's go later. And now, what is a Korean word for a friend?
친구.
And how would you say in a sad way that you don't have friends?
친구 없어요.
친구 없어요. You know, in Korean, you make the sound when you want to say stop. You know,
That sounds more like 멍 like that.
No, it sounds very sad.
You
SOB.
okay?
When I text message someone, I write and that means SOB.
Symbolizes.
Yeah, that means I'm crying.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know, it's funny to guys sound like so. It's really funny.
You think it's too cute for me, right? Alright, enough about 있어요 and 없어요 for now. And since our lesson number 9 talked about 은는 이가, the confusing, the important topic marking particles and subject marking particles, we promised our listeners that we would have a lot of reviews in the later lessons, and here you are. So with these sentences, with the sample sentences that
Man,
you
with the
used
music
previously,
here, it
for example,
sounds like
시간
pretty
있어요,
chill.
친구 있어요,
weird.
you can apply those topic marking particles and subject marking particles to make the nuance of those sentences completely different. So we'll look at some examples. So James, what was I have time?
I have time.
있어요.
시간이 있어요.
Yes.
So James,
Yes.
if I said 시간은 있어요, 시간은 있어요 using the
Time.
marker,
I have
what would you
time.
think I mean?
I would think that you're one implying that you have time, but nothing besides time, meaning you have no other resources, or you have time and you don't want to spend any of that time with me.
Exactly. Whether it is the former or the latter, I'll leave it up to you to decide. In order to avoid any confusion, any misunderstanding, I would just say 시간 있어요.
Right.
And
시간
I would
있어요.
just mean I have time. I'm not adding any other meaning to that sentence. So that is the difference between 시간 있어요 and 시간은 있어요. And how would I say I don't have time?
시간 없어요.
And if I say 시간은 없어요, what would I mean?
That means I have other things, but time is one thing I don't have.
Exactly. So James, one more question. If I say 시간 없어요, what do I mean?
You mean I don't have any time?
Exactly. And what if I say 시간이 없어요? Instead of using the topic marker 시간은 없어요, if I use the subject marker 시간이 없어요, what do I mean?
Okay, so when you say that, I think you're saying time. Time is what I don't have, which could be used as an answer to something such as, why have you not been showing up these days? Or why have you been so busy?
Exactly. I am blaming the lack of time for my lack of activities, right? Social
Exactly.
activities. So 시간이 없어요, right? So it is the subject, it is the center of my blame. So we've looked at 있어요 and 없어요, and also we did a little review on 있는 이가. So I think that's it for today.
Sounds like it's time to go to that party, right?
파티 없어요.
Party 없어요?
There's no party, no such thing,
Oh.
because 친구 없어요.
친구 없어요?
There's no one to invite.
형, you have me.
Oh.
I am your friend.
Okay, now
I am your friend.
친구 있어요.
한 명 있어요.
No, I have 소연 and 경은 here staring at me. So I have 친구 있어요.
현우 재미없어요. 정말 재미없어요.
Well, speaking of that, 재미 means fun, and 재미 plus 있어요, 재미있어요 happens to be an idiomatic expression meaning to be interesting. And since 재미 is fun, if you say 재미없어요, it means it's not interesting. So 재미없어요?
네, 재미없어요.
Well, I'm not really worried because the whole world already knows that I'm not the funniest person in the world. So Soyeon and James, thank you for joining the show today. I would love to have you on the show again.
Thanks for having me. This talk to me in Korean. 재미있어요.
Yeah, 재미있어요.
Talk to me in Korean. 재미있어요.
Okay, everyone, if you think Talk to Me in Korean is 재미있어요, please comment at talktomeinkorean.com.
Yeah, and here's an exemplary sentence. You can say 현우는 재미있어요. 경은은 재미없어요. Okay, so everyone, we'll see you at the website.
안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 가세요.
안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 가세요. 가. 안녕히 계세요. 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가세요.
You're listening to Talk to Me in Korean. Thank you for studying with Talk to Me in Korean.
Pause.
For more Korean lessons and our textbooks,
Alright. We are gonna be right back. Yo, what is up, time travelers? So for you, it was probably like a second. For me, it's been like 10 minutes. Alright, so level 1, lesson 11. I'm just gonna continue. Yeah. We're just gonna continue, and that'll be it for today's session. So, lesson 7. Okay. In this lesson, we're gonna study do you have or is there, and how to say give me, please, 주세요. I like to have, please. Do you remember how to say I have, you have, or there is? 있어요. 친구 있어요? 아니요, 친구 없어요. 있어요. I have, you have, there is. 없어요. I don't have, you don't have, there isn't. 사과, apple. 사과 있어요. 사과, apple. 사과 있어요. I have an apple. There are apples. They have some apples. 사과 없어요. I don't have an apple. There is no apple. There is no apple. There is no apple. 오렌지 있어요. Do you have an apple? 오렌지 있어요. I have an apple. 오렌지 없어요. 오렌지 없어요. There is no apple. I don't have a orange. Now, if you want to ask someone whether someone has something or not, or whether something exists, simply by raising the tone at the end, you can make a question. 있어요? 하시는 있어요? What does that say? Hold on. 하시는 있어요? 하시는 있어요?
There's something you do.
There's something you do. I remember that from that movie. Do you have? Is there? 없어요. Don't have. There isn't. Is this okay? Is this grammar correct? 많이 친구 없어요. 저는 많이 친구 없어요. 저는 친구 없어요. 많이 친구 없어요. I don't know. Where do adjectives go? We're not on adjectives yet. We have subject, we have verb, or we have subject, we have object of the preposition. We have subject, we have object of the predicate, and then we have the predicate. Right? Is that the English term for it? I don't know. We don't have adjectives yet, so we don't have adverbs yet. Or yeah. But anyway, 사과 있어요. 사과 있어요? 사과 없어요. 사과 없어요? 사과 없어요. Let's take some other nouns. Why is it so hot in here? Jeez. Okay. So 시간 있어요? Do you have some time? 시간 없어요? 시간 없어요? You don't have time? 시간 없어요. I don't have time. 커피 있어요? Do you have coffee? 아니요, 커피 없어요. 물이에요. I have water. Do you have coffee? No, I don't have coffee. I have water. Want. What did I say? Want. Now, after figuring whether someone has something or not, 주세요. I know this one. Very common. 주세요. Please give me. 주세요 comes to the verb 주다. 주세요. 주다, which means to give. So literally, 주세요 only means please give in formal, polite 존댓말, regardless of who or by whom. 존댓말. 사과 있어요? Do you have apples? 네, 사과 있어요? Yes, we have apples. 사과 주세요. Give me and some apples. Please don't know distinguish between plural or singular. So, do you have apples? Yes, we have apples. Please give me some apples. 사과 있어요? 네, 사과 있어요. 사과 주세요. 사과 주세요. Do you have coffee? No, we don't have coffee. Do you have milk? Yes, we have milk. Give me some milk, please. 커피 있어요? 아니요, 커피 없어요. 우유 있어요? 네. 우유 있어요? 우유 주세요. Man, I'm just practicing by myself. Makes me realize that I have no friends. 친구가 없어요. Okay. 주세요 can be used in many different situations. When you ask someone to hand something over to you, when you are ordering something in the restaurant, when you are asking for an item in a shop, or when attached to a verb, which we will learn to do in a later lesson, to ask someone to do something. More examples. Please give me some ice cream. Please give me a burger. Please give me some kimchi. Please give me some bulgogi. 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 Please give me rice. Please give me food. 아이스크림 주세요. 햄버거 주세요. 김치 주세요. 물고기 주세요. 밥 주세요. Let's go. Alright, that was fit. Alright, save that, save that, save that. Alright, lesson 11.
Please visit talktomeinkorean.com.
This is level 1? Right.
Hello everyone, Hanuf-san here, and you're listening to Talk to Me in Korean. Today I'm joined in the studio by James and Soyeon.
Hey, I'm here. 저 있어요.
Hey, Kyungwon. Okay, Kyungwon is here too. So, in this lesson,
Hey, I'm here. 저 있어요. I'm here. So what is it? 저거. No. 저. You're over there. You're so far away. What the heck? So you're right here. That way. 저 over there, and you sound like you're over there, but I'm sidetracking. Okay, whatever.
James,
Hey,
what are we going
6
to
minutes. This is
study?
short.
in this lesson we are going to study how to ask do you have or is there, and also how to say give me something please or I'd like to have something please.
Okay, so James, do you remember how to say I have, you have, and there is?
네, 있어요.
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 And what is the opposite way of saying it?
없어요.
없어요,
없어요.
which means I don't have, you don't have, there isn't. So what is an
That
apple?
is good. Occupation.
사과.
And
사과.
I have an apple.
사과 있어요.
사과
I don't have an
있어요.
apple.
사과 없어요.
사과
How do you
없어요.
say orange?
오렌지.
오렌지.
Not orange. 오렌지. That's
Orange.
Korean.
Yeah,
오렌지.
And how do you say I have an orange?
오렌지 있어요.
How about I don't have an orange?
오렌지
없어요.
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 And now, if you want to ask someone whether they have something or not, how do you ask that person?
아니
있어요?
아니 짠.
없어요?
Exactly. 있어요 and 없어요. We learned them in the last lesson.
Yes,
So
we
Soyeon,
did.
Today,
Let's
later
go.
in the evening, 시간 있어요?
아니요. 시간 없어요.
What? Huh? 시간 있어요? What? Do you have time? 시간 없어요? Don't have time.
Then I need to go to a party that I promised
파티.
James I would take
파티.
him to, so I need some money. 돈 있어요?
돈 있어요.
돈 있어요?
네.
Can you give
돈
me some?
is
돈은
money.
있어요.
Oh, you have money, but what are you
돈은
implying?
I'm
있어요.
not gonna give you.
Okay, you have 용기 있어요. You're brave.
I have got.
Perhaps you're gonna give me some money if I say that in Korean. But wait, James, I am going to ask Soyeon for some money for you, so you will probably have to ask Kyungin and learn how to say that yourself.
Okay, sounds great. So Kyungwon 누나,
네.
if I want to say, please give me some money, what would I say?
Oh, you can say that. I mean, yeah, you can say that.
Why not?
We don't have any Korean sentence.
Really?
Yeah.
없어요?
Sorry, I'm kidding. You can say 주세요. 돈 주세요.
돈 주세요.
Yeah, money is 돈 in Korean.
네.
돈,
돈.
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 And please give
돈.
me is 주세요.
주세요.
So you can say 돈 주세요.
돈 주세요.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, great.
Okay,
So 누나, 돈 주세요.
Sorry, 돈 없어요.
없어요?
돈은 없어요.
돈은 없어요?
But I have time. 시간은 있어요.
시간은 있어요?
So can I join?
글쎄요. Maybe.
Maybe?
If you bring some money, then
Oh.
yes, you can come.
No, 돈 없어요.
So if I want to ask for a beer at this party tonight, what would I say?
beer? A beer 주세요. beer 주세요. Right?
You can say 맥주 주세요.
맥주.
맥주 주세요.
맥주 주세요.
맥주 주세요.
Yeah, beer is 맥주 in
맥주.
Korean.
So
맥주.
that's different from English. In English, I would say, please give me a beer. But in Korean, you say, 맥주 주세요. You put what you want in front of 주세요.
네, 맞아요. Hey James, it's really really cold. 장갑 주세요.
You want my gloves?
네.
장갑은 있어요.
So 장갑 주세요.
I don't think so. I think I should keep them for myself.
Okay.
Guys, don't fight like children. So, Soyeon, let's leave them alone and let's look at some example sentences before we finish, okay?
Okay.
This is
So
really
how do you
quick.
say in a restaurant or to your mother, please give me some ice cream.
아이스크림 주세요.
아이스크림 주세요.
아이스크림 주세요.
Can you say it in a cute voice?
아이스크림 주세요.
I'll give you all the ice cream I have. And how do you say, please give me a hamburger?
햄버거 주세요.
햄버거 주세요.
햄버거 주세요.
햄버거.
Well, in normal situations, you would specify what type of hamburger or how many hamburgers you want, but we will learn how to say those things
hamburger
in
하나.
the lessons. So for now, again, please give me a hamburger.
사이다.
햄버거 주세요.
Please give me some kimchi.
김치 주세요.
In most Korean restaurants,
네.
it is a must for the shop owners to provide some kimchi to the customers, but sometimes when they're super busy, they forget their kimchi. So sometimes I have to ask them myself, saying, please give me some kimchi here.
김치 주세요.
김치 주세요.
김치 주세요.
김치 주세요.
김치 주세요.
김치
Yeah, that
주세요.
was a very
김치
angry
주세요.
kimchi 주세요.
김치
But let
주세요.
alone forgetting kimchi.
김치
some
주세요. I need to
restaurants forget
enunciate. I need to
rice. And then I would say,
enunciate
"Please
my
give me some
words, my
rice here."
syllables.
밥 주세요.
It's a syllabic
주세요.
language. I need to pronounce the
When I go home,
syllables.
and if my mom's home, I would say, I'm hungry, give me some food.
엄마 밥 주세요.
엄마 밥 주세요.
엄마 밥 주세요.
Okay, that's one thing that my mom always loves hearing from me, which I never do. Okay, so James, did you give Kyungwon your gloves?
No, it's too cold outside. I need to keep my gloves for myself.
제임스 장갑 주세요.
You guys can sort it out later. And what did we learn today?
So today we reviewed 있어요 and 없어요, and then we learned 주세요.
Very useful expressions, right?
Oh, very useful.
Yeah, very good to understand too.
Exactly.
Exactly. So the next time Kyungwon goes up to you and say with a big smile, 돈 주세요, don't just go about saying, okay, yes, because you'll be in trouble. So everyone, please practice with us by leaving us comments, video responses, and we will always be there to answer your questions and practice with you.
안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 가세요.
안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 가세요.
장갑 주세요.
You said
I'm
it like
leaving.
that.
No, you're leaving. I'm staying. 안녕히 가세요. Oh wait.
You're listening to
Oh wait. But now I'm leaving. you're staying because you're gonna stop watching, right? So, 안녕히계세요. Alright. We won't be back, but we will be back tomorrow.